Shall we crack into these top lists?
Let's do that.
Alright. So, I always ask this whenever we do this. Which one of us is going first?
I've got my list pulled up. I can do that.
Alright.
Mine goes a little bit faster because mine's only top 5. And then special shout outs to, I have a couple games that didn't make my list. So, ARMS.
Oh yeah, that did come out this year, didn't it?
I really, really liked ARMS. I didn't think much of it when I saw the trailers and stuff. I'm like, okay, it's just kind of a fighting game. But I got it like a week early because the town that I went to sold it early because they're terrible. And it's really kind of simplistic, but it's really fun. I really, really like it.
Yeah, I didn't play it much other than like the couple of times, but the times that I did play it, I had a lot of fun with it.
Zelda. Zelda is not on my top list.
Ooh. That's interesting. Why is it not on your top list?
So, I got it the day it came out for Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
And I played it. I got past the tutorial plateau thing, and I'm searching around. I'm having a good time, but then I get into that Zelda rut that I get into with all Zelda games where I'm like, okay, this is fun, but I kind of lost focus and was just like exploring, and then it's like, I'm just kind of bored with it. There's other games I could be playing around this time that were coming out. Not that it's like a bad game or anything like that, but I always get like, so like, Zelda is like good, and then it just slowly seeps down, and it's like, oh, it's just another game that sits on the wall, and if I'm bored, I can pull it out.
Yeah.
Like, I have it on the Switch. It's still in plastic. I haven't opened it because I just haven't had that itch yet. I'm like, gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
Resi 7.
Okay.
I saw everybody and their mom play that game, or the trailer, and I'm like, okay. And I'm not a big Resi fan. I'm like, I have them, I can play them, I enjoy them, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I gotta go get this one. So I got this one a little later, and like, it's so like dark, but also pretty. Like graphically, it's pretty, but it's like really gruesome and dark.
Oh yeah.
And I really liked the first-person atmosphere of it. Like, that'd be a game that I want to play in VR.
Oh god, I can't imagine how creepy it would be in VR.
Right? It'd be super bad.
It would be pretty fun though. It
could be fun. And I've been thinking about VR for a while, but I'm like, probably not a lot of, nothing that's calling out to me. But that one, since I already have the game, I'm like, that'd be just pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
And the other one on my featured list that you're gonna laugh at, Bugsy. That game will eventually be played on this channel. It will eventually be played on this channel, even if I have to buy a physical copy and send it to you. Because it is probably the best Bugsy game that's ever come out. That's not saying much.
It's by like process of elimination, basically.
Like, we played the worst one this year.
Yeah.
Last year. So this one's like the top. You have to. We have to play the bad games. That is what our channel is.
Yeah, I suppose it is kind of in the name.
I beat that game in like an hour and something. I texted you. I'm like, I bought it, and literally less than an hour later, I'm like, got the credits. It's done. I was pissed. It's like 13 levels. It's speedrun them because they each take about 2 minutes if you don't get the collectibles.
For as much like hype as its own brand built up, like on Twitter and stuff, for it to only be like an hour and a half long game is a lot of BS.
And like to 100% it is unreasonable. Have you seen much of it?
I haven't seen much, no.
Okay, so each level has at least 600 yarn balls you have to collect.
Ooh, fuck.
Per level. and there's 13 levels, so you can do the math. There's 5 keys per level.
Uh-huh.
And the keys unlock a vault at the end of the level, which has like 100 of the yarn balls in it. So you have to search for the keys to get the completion for that. And then the toughest one of all, you cannot die once in the entire game.
What the fuck?
There's a trophy there's 3 worlds, and you get a trophy for each individual world not dying. You cannot die once within the game. It's abysmal. But it's not the same voice actor of Bugsy.
Right, yeah.
This voice actor, who I don't know their real name, is the voice of Rouge the Bat in Sonic.
Oh. Okay, I did not know that.
That's the same voice actress or actor, I think, that does the voice of Rouge the Bat.
Okay, explains why it's so terrible then.
It's real bad, and I've seen a lot of people talk about it, and I've also had the glitch where you turn it all the way up so he doesn't stop talking, and it glitches and he doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
But what is the point of turning it up if it glitches that high and it doesn't prop?
Means the game was made bad.
The game was made very bad. Are you ready for my top list?
Yeah, I want to see what cracked it.
All right, number 5, Cuphead.
Okay.
I saw the trailer however many moons ago. And I'm like, that looks very strange. I didn't know what it was called. I didn't know, because it showed a boss fight. I'm like, okay, so it's whatever. Then it got closer and closer, and then I got it at midnight the day it came out. That game is amazing. I love it so very, very much. Some of it, you could say, oh, some of it's unfair, but it's really, really not, because it's all patterns and all that crap. But I would like to play it on the show. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think it could be a fun little thing to play around with.
I mean, we probably wouldn't get very far because I know how your anger is, but and like everybody else who did a review of it, graphically, it's probably the best game that came out this year.
It is an absolutely beautiful game.
And the music is phenomenal. But I love the music and everything about it. Number 4, Sonic Mania. It is probably one of, if not the best 2D Sonics that ever came out. It gets a lot of flack, I think, maybe because some of the levels are rehashes or redone from other times. Like we just had, what's that other Sonic game? Generations, and there's Green Hill Zone and all that, and they're like, here's this again, but the second ones are always the remade levels, and they add so much more to it, and it's just, I don't know. I didn't want to play it because I was scared of the other one. What's the other one? The other one that came out.
Forces?
Forces. Because I saw that, I'm like, that looks real bad. And then to play it with 3 different characters, and they all play differently, so you can play a different game style. Like Knuckles will fly and climb, Tails can fly, so you can skip over a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I love it. Number 3, which I thought would actually be higher on my list. Mario Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
It's a toss-up between this one and Super Mario World is my favorite Mario game of all time.
Oh, wow.
And that says a lot because I actually own every Mario game basically that's ever come out. Got that Nintendo polish that you don't get from anywhere else.
Yeah.
And like everybody else, New Donk City is probably my favorite level.
It is a brilliant level.
Except for non-spoilers, the last level before the end game stuff is also very, very good. I won't spoil it in case people haven't played it, but it's real good. Each world feels so different, but thinking about it like as I'm saying it, each level is basically its own weird homage to a different Mario game. Because there is the first one where you saw the T-Rex. That's all obviously like Mario World.
Okay.
The dinosaurs, Dinosaur Island and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a beach where you get to be like a sea urchin that shoots water everywhere. So that's obviously Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great moment for Mario 64 fans. In the part with the Mario 64 fans there's a pipe you go down, and it's basically you walk across, because everybody knows that there's the 8-bit sections. Go through another pipe within the pipe, and you replay some of the best levels from like the first Mario game.
Oh wow.
And then in New Donk City, there's a movie theater where you play World 1-1. I'm a little iffy though, because Endgame is just like collecting to get to the end. And there are like perks to doing everything, but some of the moons they ask a little much of me. I do not like racing. There are races you have to do on every planet or kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't care for that. There's a couple times where you'll do something and then you'll come back endgame and you have to redo it for a higher score. Like there's a part where there's a circle and you just have to walk the circle and get it as close as you can, because after about 2 steps it disappears.
Yeah.
And you have to do that. And I did it the first time when I went back, and I got like an 85 the first time, and the second time they're like, oh, we got another moon for you, but you have to get like a 90 or 95% on it. So you can only like miss one of the pegs like once to still get it. And it's like, that is ridiculously hard, especially for some of it. Like you can plan it out in your head, and then I'm way far the fuck off, or I'm too skinny, and it's like, that's ridiculous. And some of the moons are real dumb main game. Like, so there's a world that's based kind of on food.
Mm.
And there's 2 torches next to each other, and you light the torches and you get a moon.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
And I'm like, but it's the reason to buy a Switch. I would say that or Zelda, but I would say for me, who likes a lot of games but is more casual now because I don't have a lot of time, Mario is the way to go. Number 2, Horizon Zero Dawn. This one has a weird thought process going through my head for it, so you gotta bear with me here.
Okay.
So we're playing games like The Suffering right now. That takes you back to a place when you were younger. Like, you just remember that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
This game, to me, feels like a game that we actually played on the show a long time ago. And, like, it brings me back to that spot specifically in my life. Reminds me very much, and Enslaved. I get very big Enslaved vibes from it.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I can kind of see that.
Like, I don't know if it's like the backdrops being all, it's in the future, but it's really got some of these past weapons. Maybe it's the fact that one of the main characters enslaved is called Trip, and there's a weapon called the Tripcaster. Maybe it's, that it tells a very good story.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the fact that you find these weird artifacts from the past, which is like where we're at now. Both games had that, but I got really big Enslaved vibes off of it, and it's like, this could just be Enslaved 2, and I would be perfectly okay with it. And I've not played the DLC, what's that called?
Like Frozen Wilds, I think it is.
The Frozen Wilds. I've not played that one yet, and harp on me all you want. I played it on very easy for the story.
Yeah. But
the story is very engaging. I was waiting a lot of the time for Alloy to say the word hella. But it never came. I got it the day it came out, and within the first 5 or 10 minutes, I knew that was one of those games that you had to just sit down and put time into.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't start playing it until September, October. Like, I waited a long time. And then I got into the main hub, and I'm like, this is enslaved. This makes me think of sitting on the couch, telling you to get the fuck out of your bedroom, and come play this demo of this game where you're kind of like on this airplane as it's swooping around. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And it was my game of the year until number 1 came out.
Yeah, I think I can guess what it is.
I'm sure that most people can guess what it is. Obviously, without a doubt, my game of the year is Life is Strange Before the Storm.
There it is.
It was not on my list. Like, take my list and move everything up 1. Number 5 was Resi.
Oh, yeah.
I will say it's not as good as the first one, but it is probably its equal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel after just finishing this one that especially that last chapter gripped me more than I've been gripped in a long, long time. I've been like, I was zoned in. I'm like, oh my God, is this the right choice? What are you going to do? I actually found out how to do that other thing that we did not do, and it takes a lot of work to do. You know what? Put up a little spoiler bar here.
Okay. Spoiler warning. 3, 2, 1.
In chapter 2, when we decided that she had to kiss us, there's the option to take something that means a lot to her, and it's a bracelet that she's had on her wrist since birth.
Oh, yeah.
Her mom made the bracelet. And then endgame, when you're sitting in the mill and she's smoking the cigarette, give her the bracelet.
Okay.
And then at the very, very end of the game, at the lighthouse, she shows up and gives her back the bracelet.
Ooh.
And they hug and they do all that. And basically the ending plays out the same, except for you tell her the truth, and then the mom shows up at the end. So the whatever stepmom and the dad are seeing like really distraught because they fucked up real bad. But then Rachel gets the moment with her mom. So you have to take the bracelet to convince her to go see Rachel.
So they do make you put in a little bit of extra legwork then.
Yeah, they make you actually have to think about it. It's well worth it. Like, that's what I'm going to do on my playthrough when I do it. So I can see that ending. And end spoilers here. That game is just too good. And I'm cautiously optimistic about the bonus episode. Because obviously, it has, if it follows the formula, as of this recording, it has to come out next month.
Yep.
The voice actors all came back for it. And they've said that Life is Strange Season 2 comes out this year. So, like, no offense to Don't Nod, but you got to make it good.
Yeah, they have quite a pedigree to follow up on now.
Like, I assume that one's going to be episodic.
I'd assume so, yeah.
But without any of the characters.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird.
And I assume this person won't have rewind powers. But from what I've seen, you get to be the pirates. So that's worth every bit of it.
The only thing that I know is going to happen by the end of that special episode is that it's going to be a real tearjerker.
I gotta think that it has to end on a somewhat sour note, right? Because that would explain why Max is such a not good friend in this one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And if it does come out this year, I'm probably just gonna call that Life is Strange is gonna be my game of the year next year as well.
Damn you, Don't Nod and Deck 9. Why'd you guys have to make such good games?
But those are basically my lists. I didn't play I got a bunch of older games that I've been playing this year.